Hello everybody, this is a new channel I've created for people that are into beauty and cosmetics and products. And sometimes when we get on the tube and we want to get into cosmetic making and DIY at home, we find it very daunting, and it's wonderful because we've got so many tubes of people making them, but they don't really go through the steps of their products and what they get slowly so people can comprehend what's going on and what they need. And so I thought I'd make this tube because I make my own shampoos. This is a shampoo I'm making for one of my daughters. It's a herbal shampoo and it's rosemary. Okay, so, and I've got to finish the other half. So I thought, why not run through the products that I use and what I use, and how I do it and what you need to get into it. So here you go. So I hope you enjoy my new channel of all beauty and cosmetic. This is a recipe for any floral water shampoo. It's basic. Now I've written down the recipe here basically on how many grams you need, whether it be hibiscus water or any floral water, girls. Okay, remember that, or guys, because this is the basic of making your shampoos. Okay, and then from there, once you've got your basics, you can add to it. You can add your oils, you can do whatever. You can muck around with it, as one would say, but you need the mainstays of making your shampoos, body washes, or whatever else you're coming across, your cosmetic, your creams, your lotions, your serums, whatever else. So do not be under any illusion that you don't need these products or you'll skip them, because to be quite honest, it's not worth it. And there's only one product that I deal with, and that's called Bliss Essentials. Okay, they're wonderful, organic, they're in Oz, and I recommend them because everything that I've gotten is of fair price, good quality, and of course you can see I go in bulk. So I recommend these guys because I haven't had a problem, and all their products are so gentle and pure, and yeah, of good quality and organic. Okay, so that's what I use, Essential Bliss. There's many other ones out there, but that's what I recommend, Essential Bliss. So, okay, so I'm running through that. Okay, so these are the products you will need, and I'll show you in a minute that. This one, and glycerine, of course, and your preservative. And also, guys, if you're wondering, you will need a kitchen scale, okay? And make that your cosmetic scale. Nothing else goes on it. Because if you do have a scale I do a lot of resin, and I was using a scale that had resin all over it. But hang on, that ain't working. So you got to have a scale for separate things, and this is my scale for cosmetic and making. So there you go. So first rule of law in the cosmetic, you've got to have a proper scale. But if you run out, you freak out, and you think, oh, shivers me timber, I'm in the middle of making a recipe, what can I do? Convert. Okay, so remember, a lot of them go in grams, okay? All right. Your liquids and your powders and your granules, so don't forget that. So 1 gram is the same as 1 teaspoon. So never forget that. I've just written this down, but I do have a recipe book, but as I add to it, I write it down and then I add to it. So remember, 1 gram is the same as 1 teaspoon. So if you need 3 grams, you're going to have 3 teaspoons, equal, level. Okay, and the same as 6 grams. And you could always count up there if you needed to, if you ran out of the scales and you're instantly like freaking out, what do I do? Okay, so there you go. So I will introduce these products, okay. I'm still learning how to pronounce them, but a lot of you guys can look them up. You don't want this long sermon, what they're all about and everything. You can look it up and do your own research, okay? So I'll just run through with what I've got, what you need to make your homemade body washes and shampoos. Okay, so there you go. And it's also, you can use it for pets. All these products are good for pets and babies too. So that's how organic and how pure and just in tune with people's sensitivity to skins. Essential Bliss is wonderful. Okay, so it's this one first. I add that to my shampoos and my body washes. Okay, and my serums and my lotions and night creams and whatever else. Okay, so that's a good one. That's 100 mils. Okay, so that's what I use in my shampoos. Because as we all know, this is really good for the hair. And I'm not going to go on about it, but you know it is. Okay, if you use it right. This one here, now that is a preservative. A natural preservative from Essential Bliss. That's what you'll be needing in the end when you preserve, because if you don't preserve, all the bacteria and that, whatever you make will only last 2 or 3 days and you'll have to chuck it out. So there you go. You need a preservative no matter what you, no matter what you're making, okay? So, and this is another one. Okay, I'm doing this on my kitchen bench. It was just a spontaneous thing I thought you guys would like, and I thought, why not? So, and that's another one you'll use. Okay, that's a really thick consistency. So, and that makes the kind of thickness sort of thing. That yeah, but you can do your research on that one. And this one. This is one for foaming, I think, but combined together are beautiful. So that's also something you'll need in your soap and shampoo making and conditioning making. And your glycerine, okay. So all pharmaceutical grade. Remember that, guys, pharmaceutical grade. This one here, Exium gum, you'll need that. That's really, really good. It's really good. I'm having fun with this, actually. I'm doing all sorts of things with this gum, and it's amazing. So that's what you'll need. Okay. Okay. Now, you'll need your spoons and your whatever else, you know, your little bowls and whatever else you collect along the way. Your little beakers. Okay, you've got to have beakers. I've ordered a really big beaker. A really big one I'm waiting for from eBay Tuesday. And the glass stirrer. So, but I've got to make do with what I do. Okay, and also your floral teas. But this is, like I said, I'm making rosemary for a shampoo to finish for my daughter's hair. So, yeah. And as you can see, that makes a lot. That was only one recipe I did in the beginning to see how I went. And as you can see, it's just beautiful. And I thought, okay, so, you know, I only made that amount. Okay, so, and there's a lot in that. So I thought, okay, so I want to fill it up. So I'm doing the other half. So I hope you found this useful. If I think of it, I will show you the finished product. But as is, that's it. I'm only doing the other half to fill it up there. Yeah, but also you will need a another glass jar I use for mixing, because sometimes with your creams and lotions you have to use a beater, and if you don't use an electric beater or a blender, it goes everywhere, your walls, your floor, yourself. My goodness, believe you me. So there you go. I hope you found this useful for this new channel that I'm creating, and everything that I recommend is of Bliss Essentials. That's what product I work with. Highly recommend them. There'll be other products that I will do a review on and fill you in, you guys, on what you basically need to start your body washes, shampoos, conditioners, and that sort of thing. Because as I said, nobody does it. And then they rant and rave. And sometimes that can get really boring when all you want is everything that you need to make something, you know, and have somebody recommend that. So, and I'll leave this down here for a minute. because I know when I've looked up recipes or gone to make something and you have to stop the tube. Stop the tube, stop the tube, stop the tube, and it's bullshit. So there you go. Bit messy, but that's my recipe for body and shampoo making. And look the other products up and what they do. They're very useful. So have a beautiful, beautiful day. P.S. you guys, I just thought I'd explain with this recipe, I got 1.5 grams of gum because it says plus gum, 1.5 grams. Now, that's that, okay? But the thing is, when you get your 6 grams and you go to mix the gum into it, and you go, what's 1.5 grams? And if you can't work it out, okay, remember 1 teaspoon, okay? 1 gram is the same as 1 teaspoon. So it says 1.5 grams, so you'd put a teaspoon and then a tinge. I would recommend just this. If you put too much, I'll put it this way, if you put too much gum in your shampoos or body washes, it's going to be like clug. It's going to be like, okay, you won't be able to use it. You'll have to chuck it out. Well, you won't chuck it out. I suppose you'd use it, but it wouldn't be very good. And you wouldn't be able to use it too much on your hair because it would just cling to it. Okay, so the thing is, you've got to remember that when you're working with the gum, which is this, okay, and you have problems with working out the measurements, add a little bit to your 6 grams of glycerine. Now, that's how I did it because personally, I was a bit daunted on this. I thought, oh, I don't want to bugger it up. So if you add a little bit, you can always add more. But if you add more in the beginning, you won't be able to take that back. Okay, so remember that. Start out a little bit and get the consistency, because once your glycerine and this gum is in these two and in your floral water, right, it's mixed in, and you add this, you get the thickness instantly. So you want to just add a little bit by little bit till you get the consistency you need. But also give it time to rest, you guys, because some experts say do it overnight, leave it overnight to get the consistency. But to be quite honest, I've never had to. It instantly works out for me, and I can bottle up, say, half an hour after I start my recipes. So the same as this, okay? So remember that. You can always add your gum, always add extra. So just remember that when you're putting it to your glycerine to make your shampoos or your body washes or anything like that. I just wanted to make sure that I explain that, okay, because I get the, a teaspoon is all I use in the beginning. A level teaspoon with 6 grams is all I use, is, 1 gram. I don't worry about the 1.5 because sometimes it can be too much and too gluggy. You don't want that. As I said, you can add more. So just use 1 gram, which is 1 teaspoon, mixed in with your glycerine, and then you put it in with your other components. So remember that. I didn't explain myself too well there, so I wanted to just add this little bit on. So, if you look at this, you go, now I'm aware. Okay, all right, everything beautiful and beauty, bye. And also, you guys, as I said, I was going to make a new channel up for beauty and that sort of thing, and I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm Planet Australia, so I thought, I'm doing something on a Saturday, and I thought, hey, why not put it out there, let you guys see what I do, what I get up to. So there'll be no beauty cosmetic channel. I'm not into that. You know what I'm into. I'm into topics that are interesting, that are important for Australia, the normal Joe, the little guy here in Oz. And I thought, why not put this out there, let everybody see what's going on and how easy it is just to do things to sustain yourself within your life. But what's fun And also, what's fun knowing a little bit about Planet Australia for my viewers and my tubers out there. Love you guys, you wonderful, wondering wonders. Have a beautiful weekend and keep us smiling. Until next time from Planet Australia.